Hello, hello, hello. Hello everyone, welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. Hello, hello, hello. Wow, the picture of the day is actually our splash screen for the old release. Azure Spirit. Oh yeah. I didn't give a name to the new release yet, but maybe we should. How are you today, guys? I'm good, On my side, everything is okay. I want to work more on these trails now that we have them pretty much working, right? So we have the trail. We have the trail working. I mean, it's not showing here because by purpose I left the PS template empty, right? And I did that because I wanted to be sure that my my code was actually setting the template at runtime on the fly, right? So that's why I did that. Now, the way the system is working at the moment is that we subclassed the notify state trail, and we made our own PS anim notify trail, right? And with this, we are now. What I'm thinking is that at the moment it works only from the second hit forward, right? The first hit doesn't work. Doesn't work, I think, because the system is still loading the particle effect and probably doesn't have enough time to actually load it in the time that the animation is playing, or something like that happens, because, which is strange, but it's pretty much what is going on. I mean, we can test it again just to see, but I think the particle effect itself is actually set. Yeah, let's test it again quickly. But I think that the particle is valid, but for some reason it's not in time to be rendered. I don't know exactly what happens, but anyway, from the second hit, then it is working, right? Which is nice. And yeah. So let's start server and client and see where we are. At the moment, in terms of code, inside PS attack, we are basically sending this information, right? Which is combat manager get trail particle for weapon. And this particle is actually loaded server side as well, and then is sent to the client. Yeah, we are sending. Yeah. Yeah, basically everything goes through this, right? So we could, in theory, have just an ID. I mean, I think we can try to have an ID instead of having a particle effect, right? And broadcast the ID instead of the trail effect, and then on the client, right? On the client, we can assign the particle effect to the. We will have to do it through a data table on the blueprint side, and then send it back to PS animation attack. Pretty much. Yeah. Exactly. So that's a way. I don't know. We may try to do it that way if we don't fix, because I really don't like that the first hit is not working, right? I really don't like it. I think it's bad. We need to find another solution. So we need to find another solution. So if I go here, right? If I go here, and let me go full screen so that we see it. But the first hit will not be right. The second hit, he has the trail, right? You see that? So now the question, I mean, if you look at the log, so we swing 2 times, right? And I'm trying to understand if there is any difference between the first and the second. We should not consider these emitter errors. I think this is just well, I assume these are not relevant. Set mode message, remove sharp particles. Let me just check 1 second this error, because I don't like I don't like the fact that we have an error sitting there. Probably is missing just a if valid or something like that. I think it's missing an if valid. He's trying to remove particles that actually do not exist, something like that. Let me see. Remove sharp particles. So send one message on client. What are we doing here, actually? Server says a character is switched this mode, right? So basically we are going through this. Yeah, he's trying to destroy stuff that actually does not exist. Okay, I think we can just make it slightly better, so he's checking to avoid, you know, we can do an is valid. We can do an is valid, and for all of them, right? So we destroy only if it's valid, right? We can do the same for all three so we don't get that stupid error. And then I will also ensure that if it's not valid, right, we anyway continue to the next, because we want to be sure that we are catching, you know, we are catching all the possible cases. So. Okay. So now we will not get any more that error, right? Which is nice. I mean, it was not doing any harm, but I think it was just polluting the log, and it's not good. Yeah, but pretty much, you know. So this is our first attack, and you see that we have a trail, get overridden PS template, elemental main. So actually the trail is already set, right? The trail is already set. And here we have the same trail client, elemental main. Yes, notified to trail elemental time client elemental 2. So it's exactly the same effect, notify state. Yeah, it's identical. So it really looks like a timing issue, right? Because the value is actually there, but it's not. It's not loading. It's not loading. Okay, let's try another technique. I think that this technique is good, but fails on the loading. In theory, what I can do, I can just change. Yeah, I can just change the receive attack animation, right? Let me try to change the receive attack animation, and so we will ignore this trail effect for now. Yeah, the problem is that this is actually happening. No, this is happening on the client. Here we are on the client, boys. Here we are on the client. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so here we are playing this animation, right? So now instead of exactly, instead of getting this trail effect, right, from the server, I would like to get, the problem is, how do I, can I just drag and drop a particle effect here? I don't think so, huh? Probably not. Let's try. is this one, right? Yes, this one. Can I... no, actually it's not. Well, no. No, I cannot just do it that way. I need... no. Doesn't allow me to do it. Read the variable trail effect. What? What is this? What? How can you see trail effect if it doesn't exist? I don't... That was a bit weird. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, but he sees it? What do you mean? On PS character? On PS character. I mean, it's there, but it's passed through. I don't think it's no, it's not a PS character variable in any way. I don't think so. No, it just passed through this function, but it's not. Ah, yes, because it's passed through the function. Ah, yes, that's why you see it. Because it's here, actually. Because it's here. Because it's here. Okay. So let's do this. Let's put it in a data table. I think we already have a data table for spells. I think it's okay. We can temporarily use that, and then I can delete it. It's just I think it's fine. I just want to see if I use a data table client side. If that is
This is getting serious.
I think so. Hello, Fanner. I think it's getting very serious. So this one we will call it like Trail 1 or something like that, right? Trail 1. And we will have a ground class, right? And the ground class will have our elemental thingy, right? Our elemental main, right? So this way, I just want to see if it makes any difference. So basically here we will have to... Yeah, at the moment all these four are going in the same place because I don't have multiple attack animations, but I really need multiple attack animations, actually. So we will do this, right? We will go here, and this will go there, and the data table will be the spells, right? And the row name will be trail 1, right? And then we will break this, and we will get the cast ground class, and we will put it there. Okay, so basically the difference between this and what we did before is that the search for the spell is done completely client side, right? It's not done server side. So I want to see if, and this is ignoring any variable that we pass through, right? So I want to see if this is fixing the first hit problem, right? If he's not fixing it, if he's not fixing it, if he's not fixing it, I think I will add a temporary variable to my PS character equal to the by yeah, because we will have to search the data table based on the name, which is okay. We can create a trail. We can create a trail data table that is small, you know, and very fast to access and everything, and you will only have one particle effect, and so that I think will probably be even easier. Okay. So what do we want to see? We want to see if the trail effect is played at the first hit. Wow. He's not. And we kill the guy. He's not. So we have exactly the same problem. He's played only at the second one. This is super strange. I mean, this is really super strange. I mean, it's like if something is happening. So, or I have a mistake in the code and I'm doing something stupid, but I don't think so. Because this, you know, that blueprint, play PS animation montage, right? It's just, it's a very simple function. It's a very simple function. Anim montage. Yeah, it's a very simple function, right? And what is, well, very simple, I don't know. But what it's doing basically is, if he's a notify class, right? He's setting the notify state to this, right? And we saw that this is pretty much happening immediately. I mean, I can't redo it, just that we have a clean log, but so this variable is properly set, right? It is properly set. This variable, it is properly set. Because we see the effect, right? And the, yeah, exactly. So, and this is done client side. So you cannot even say, oh, it's not ready, right? It's not ready. And so why the hell the first hit we don't see the trail? Why? The notify is not triggering? No, the notify is triggering because... So now we have the clean log, right? I do my swing and I don't see any trail, right? Wow, kill this guy as well. I don't see any trail. So now we look at the log, right? And there is a point, there is a specific point where we do the trail. You know, this notify state, effect, animation notify trail. You say this one is... This one is this printout, right? And so this means that here we already have a trail effect, which is correct, right? Which is I don't know if it's because, I don't know. Give me a second, guys. I have to go to the bathroom. 1 second. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. What I don't understand is if it doesn't play the first time because you know it's not loaded yet. Because the montage, right, is playing 100%. So because after that, I mean, after the first hit, then you know it works all the time. You see, it works all the time. So it's like if it's like if the load, I mean, the thing is not there yet, right? Do we have a way to know what is loading at which time? I know it would be a bit verbose, but I think we had in a real engine log list, no? Let me see. There is a log load. There is a log load actually. But is log load log load? We can try to set it and see what happens. We can try to set it and see if it's making any difference. I don't know. I would like to understand if that particular particle effect is getting loaded, you know, at that time, and so that's why it's kind of late. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Let's try a log load verbose and see if it's telling us anything more. I would like to see when certain resources are getting loaded. And I want to see if that particle effect, you know, is getting loaded after the animation starts. And so that would explain it, right? But it's very strange though, because it means that, I mean, this may happen. I don't see any log load here. I don't see anything. I don't see any log load actually. I mean, we have the display static mesh and shit, but we don't really have any log load. Load map, load game class. Well, it's doing something though. But it's not showing when you load, just showing when you load the maps. It's just showing when you load the maps. Not really useful actually. I don't know how to solve this. Let's see if the internet has any answer for us. But Unreal Engine particle not showing the first time. I don't know, something like that. Level particle effect on display the first time a level is loaded. I mean, not showing when spawned, I think is fine, but specific angles. I don't know if that needs to be set as enabled or something. I mean, if there is any other setting, you know, that we need to do to actually have the I mean, if this particle effect, right, needs to be set to something. Trail effect. Particle effect. For sure is strange. Anim trail data required. I don't know if here there is something that says like enable or disabled or emitter duration using range, emitter loop 0, emitter duration 1, emitter delay, use max draw count, opacity source mode, bounding mode, vertices, camera facing, allocation count, collapsed. No, doesn't look like by the way, I don't know how can I see a trail in the motion, maybe? No. No. How do we see the trail? Because this is a ribbon, right? Is it? Stroke 03. Yeah, I don't know how to see the trail in the editor here because it's actually a trail, so it needs a start and end, right? Dead trails on deactivate. If true when the system is deactivated, mic trails as dead. This means it will still render but will not have more particles added to them if the system reactivates. Enable previous tangent recalculation. In trail data. I don't know. Zero, zero. Strange, I was expecting that with motion, you know, with motion it would work. We can make a bigger motion radius, we can make, I don't know, make 15,000. It doesn't even start. I mean, it's always saying completed, but it doesn't even start. I don't know why. But you see it in game, right? So I'm kind of very confused. Because this is 0, right? So it's not really spawning anything, or what? I don't know. Cannot see anything here. I don't know why. I don't understand how I can see this trail mode. Any one of you ever worked with trails? The strange thing, even if I click on restart level and restart sim, you know, it's automatically going to complete it and it's not spawning anything, which is very weird, you know. So it's not. It's not spawning anything at all. And even if I say emitter loops 3, emitter duration 10, you know, which in theory should change the spawn 1. I mean, I can add a burst of, I don't know, 40. It's not doing shit. I just resaved it too. It's not doing anything, bro. Why? Whatever I change is not doing anything. It's like if it's disabled or something, or... I don't understand what I'm looking at. Why is not rendering in any possible way? Why? Why is not rendering anything? Because it's not emitting. I mean, there is not there is not an emitter here. I don't know, it's so strange. I mean, I can add cylinder, right? But I cannot see anything, which is the weird thing. Stroke 3. I think it's the material that is like invisible in but even if I change it to another material, still not shown, right? Still not shown. Yeah, this one is showing, right? The one that I added here is showing. So actually, you know, we are seeing something, but it's always 0 out of 3. Anim trail data. I think I need a tutorial to tell me how to do it, because I don't understand.
Use an animated mesh. Let's search which one you grab. If you are opening per system series, colorful. Up, take side of person. This create the handoff. You need to set lower seconds. We can take our lifespan. Let's set that up to like 5 seconds. Where this starts to get a little bit fun. So you see that the trails get emitted only within the duration of this notify. So he's kind of, then he's good. So now let's go ahead and play that back. We'll solve one problem and not when they're coming. So let's.
He's watching the,
and we'll set it to only about.
yeah, he's watching the result only in the preview of the 3D, but he's never watching it inside the anim trade particle effect. So it's like it's impossible or what?
Just and hold down that the actual and 0 in blue and green. Then we're going to add another point.
Yeah, he's never looking at the result here in the
Really, it's very similar to a quick second.
in the editor.
Very easy.
So probably it's not possible really to see it. It's kind of funny, but it looks like it's not possible. Anyway, this is not our main problem, but it was. It's not our main problem. I mean, our main problem is that animation, that trail is not showing up, you know, the first time. Hello, Hula. It's just a small mistake, syntax error or something. The sequence is more long and the effort starts at the end. No, because it works the second time. Which is weird, you know? It works the second time, so I don't understand what is going on, actually. I don't understand what is going on. So why our particle system is not available immediately. Because it may be loaded asynchronously, right? Maybe. You know what? I think I'm gonna search the. I want to see if there is a way to log when the actual item is loaded. Log U object global. But there is no printout for. It seems that there is no printout here for. Nah. Nah, there is no printout anything. unfortunately. I wanted to have like a debug that is telling me when stuff is getting loaded asynchronously, but I don't know, it seems it's not here. You log object globals. We can try to set this as log and see what happens. Seems to be but I think it's probably log by default already. So I don't think it's gonna make any difference. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's not playing the second time. It's not playing the first time. So that's the issue. And I may anyway, I think a simple idea of having a light show every time I move my weapon is not good. I think the light show is only when I make a good thing. No, it's based on the effect of the weapon, right? So if it's a fire weapon, you will see fire. If it's a ice weapon, you will see ice. If it's a drain weapon, you will see drain. So it's based on the weapon magical effect. So if it's a normal weapon, you will not see anything. But if it's a special weapon, you will see it. Now we still need to decide how much, right? So how much is the thingy? Nah, this load is not doing anything as well. These U object globals, whatever, is not really printing anything. Yeah, it's not printing shit. It's printing only that it's loading server game mode. And that's it. There is something on the UI. Yeah, there's something on the UI and that's it. How do I solve this, boys? How do I solve it? It's so annoying. The problem is that if you're switching weapons, you know, and I mean, we can say just ignore it, right? Just ignore it. But the problem is that if you are switching weapons, right, and that weapon has a different effect, you will never see it because the first one it will always be skipped. So super annoying, man. Super annoying. Can I have a normal axe? And not a super weird axe? Just a normal. Small. Okay. So if I try to attack this way, right? What the hell is going on? If I try to attack this way... Because this is the second, right? This is the second one. So that's why... Why did that noise? Why did that noise? What happened if I use 2 or 3 magical weapon? Every weapon has its own, so if you're attacking with the left hand or right hand, each one has its own effect, right? Each one will have its own effect. But... Meh. Pretty cool. Oh, he died. One thing that I see is that the effect anyway is not really on the weapon. Is like to the side or not? Oh my god, I'm destroying everything. I'm absolutely destroying everything. So it looks like when the effect is loaded, right? When the effect is loaded, is not a problem anymore. Somehow. I mean, we can try this just to see what happens, right? I can flip-flop, you know, between this and I can have another trail and see what happens if we have like 2 trails, right? With 2 different effects and I think there was a dark trail or dark sword. I don't know exactly which one is which. I think dark trail. Fuck, no, I cannot do this. No, I need to do something different. It's a pity because the system works, right? And it's a pity because the system works properly, but it's working only from the second hit, which is kind of strange. It's very, 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 very strange that it is working only from the second hit. I don't get what the hell is going on. Okay, so this will switch between one trail and the other trail, right? At every hit, it will switch between 2 different trails. Okay. One thing that we can do, we can load the trail in the character, but I have one more test that we can do to understand what is going on. So I will add a variable on my character, which is actually a trail, and I will initialize it when the character is loaded, and we see if that is fixing the issue. Okay, so now at every hit, I will have a different effect in theory, right? Excluding the first one because the first one is not working. But let me see if now the second one... What? Seems to be always the same. What? Wait. Trail 1, trail 2, right? Flip-flop. Trail 1, trail 2. Get random data, right? What? 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 Elemental main. Elemental main. What? Flip-flop doesn't work in that situation? Why? Why? Flip-flop doesn't work. GG. He's always saying elemental main, no matter what. He's always saying elemental main. Right? Oh, Jesus. Jesus! What is this trade client thingy? Yeah, because it is the one coming from the server side. Yeah, that's okay. Bro, please. Yeah, this is the one coming from the server side and it's always the same, which is okay. But then, so this printout is fine, right? This printout is fine. But then, this one is not fine. What the hell's going on, boys? It seems that the flip-flop is not working. The flip-flop is not working. It's just kind of strange, but it's what it is. Seems that the flip-flop is not doing... I mean, it's always... It's always doing the flip and not the flop. What's happening, boys? What is happening? Why the flip-flop is not flip-flopping? Because this thing gets recreated every time? No, I don't think so. Trail 1, trail 2. I'm setting into this variable, and here I'm reading the row with this variable, right? And then here I'm getting the spell, which is actually different from trail 1 and trail 2. They are two completely different trails, right? So it should really be correct. Why is not flip-flopping? Why is not flip-flopping? Man. Oh fuck, I killed it. I did too much damage. Bah. Okay. Flip, 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 flip. It's always flip. It's never flop. Fuck. Bro, the flip-flop is not working. Why? Oh my god. Today is not a good day, huh? Why the flip-flopping is not working? What is this? What is this freaking problem? Why the flip-flop is always going flip? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Okay. 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 I do it manually. I don't know what to say. I will do it manually. I can make this variable global actually and not local, so that... Yeah, let's make it global. So you cannot break my balls on the... Yeah, this is becoming a bit of spaghetti code, I know. So if it's false, we do true. If it's true, we do false, right? And they should do it. Why the flip-flop was not working is beyond me, but fine. No flip-flopping for us. Let me do it manually. Do it manually, boys. Do it manually. Also, I don't know why I'm doing so much damage, but anyway, I'm doing a lot of damage. Meow. That was dark? Yeah, that was different, huh? That was different. It's very similar, but it's definitely darker. Yeah, it's darker, yeah, it's red at the back. Okay, so now it's flip-flopping properly. Did we get the first two wrong, or what? Did we get the first two empty? So every time he's loading the effect the first time he's not playing it? Is this the thing? It's so annoying. Also because... That is so incredibly annoying. Maybe when we build it, shipping will not happen because the loading will be so much faster, but still, you know. So first hit, nothing. Second hit. Okay, second hit I go ready. So second hit is visible. So it's just the first hit, no matter what is the... It's just the first hit, no matter what is the spell effect? Why? It's just the first hit, no matter what is the spell effect? You mean? I don't understand. I don't understand what is going on. I don't understand why. So it's only the first ever in the game? I mean, if the first ever in the game, I think I don't care. If it's the first ever in the game, right? Which is anyway super weird, but we don't care, you know? If it's the first ever in the game, we don't care. We really don't care. Would be so interesting to know why it happens, but I don't know. It's like if the montage is not, but the montage is triggering the notify. It is, because we get the notify. We get this notify, right? We get it because well, we don't know exactly if it's triggered. Is there any setting that recycle spawn systems, which I have no idea what is it? Render geometry, render trail geometry, render spawn points, render tangents, render tessellation, notify color, should fire in editor, trigger on dedicated server. If disabled, this notify will be skipped on the dedicated server. Trigger on follower. If enabled, this notify will trigger when animation is followed in sync group. Define a method for filtering. Category event trigger weight 001. Montage tick type Q. Q notifies and trigger them at the end of the evaluation phase. Trigger notifies as they are encountered, suitable for changing section or montage positions. Slot combat, link method absolute. Element stay specific time without moving. Linked sequence. I don't know, the only one that is a bit, you know, is this trigger on dedicated server. Like, should we just not have it trigger on the server and trigger on the client only? But if that is the case, I don't know why my... Is the sound happening immediately? Yes, right? So actually the sound works. Is there any difference between these two? I don't think so. It's no filtering cubed combat absolute. No filtering cubed combat absolute. No, it's pretty much the same. But the sound actually works, right? While recycle spawned systems scale mode from center. I mean, I can set the template here, right? We can do it if we want, right? We can do it if we want. Let me see. If I set the template here, which obviously I should not do because there should be no default, right? But let's for a second put a default, right? And I want to see if that is helping. I want to see if this is helping. I want to see if now that we have a default, it shows all the time or not. There is something very fishy going on. Maybe it's a bug, eh? Maybe it's a bug, I don't know. I mean, it's 5.1. Maybe there is a bug in animation not triggering. I mean, I don't know. It's because I don't understand if it's the notify that doesn't trigger at the right time, or if it's the particle effect that is not ready and so is not rendered, right? That is what I don't understand, because the sound is happening anyway, right? He did it. He did it as the first. He did it as the first because he has a default. So this means to me that is a loading issue. Is a loading issue. Is a loading issue? Dark Trail. So the first time is getting Dark Trail, right? And we got a dark one. But if I set this to true, eh? You should start from the elemental one, right? There is something strange going on. There is something strange going on. It's not normal. What we are seeing is not normal. Let's see if it does it now. So if it does the elemental now, it means there was just the default messing up with it. If it does the dark, wow, it did the elemental. Ha! 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 Incredible! Absolutely incredible! Ah, this is so fishy. So basically, this means that without a default, right? Without a default, the first hit is always empty. With a default, we get the right value. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, okay. I mean, fine. I mean, fine. I mean, if it was just this, I'm fine. I'm fine. So if we say that, do we want to have uh, if we say that, right? Do we want? Okay, so let's say that that is solved because it just needed a default, and without a default is messing up everything. So if that is true, if that is true, what do we want to do? We want to have a data table like we did here, where we have our and so we search on the data table, or do we want to load it with a weapon? Because basically, if we I think it would be a bit easier to load it with a weapon. So what I'm thinking, boys, I'm thinking to have like client side 2 variables, but the problem will be the multiplayer. The problem will be the multiplayer. Yeah. The problem will be the multiplayer. No, I think we should do it this way. Okay, we can do it with a trail. Let's do it with a trail table for now. Let's do it with a trail table. I mean, it's not too bad. 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 So we create, right? We create a set of. Okay, so that is solved. I don't know really what to say, but it's what it is. So we create a new structure. The structure is, what is the name of the object? The name of the object is structure. I think it was under miscellaneous. No, it was under blueprints. It was under blueprints. Okay, this one we will call it struct trails, right? Struct trails, and pretty much the only thing that he has the trail effect, right? And the trail effect is a particle system object reference, right? Yeah. And then we create a new cannot do it from here. No. And then we create a new data table based on our trail thingy, right? And this one we will call it DD trails, right? DT trails. Okay, DT trails. Now that we have DT trails, we just create a new one, right? And now I don't know how I want to organize it, right? If it should be like fire, ice. I don't know if I want to organize it by element, or I want to organize it by effect type, or I just want to have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Probably. So now the point would be, okay. Let's keep two thingies, right? Let's keep the two thingies for now. Let's keep the two thingies for now. Okay. So we have our DT trails. Okay, so I need to change a million things, but it's okay. I can do it quickly. It's not a big deal. So the point is that we will, so this remains the same, yes. This sorry, this remains the same. So we don't need this, so I'm just gonna remove it because we really don't need it. The only thing that we need is this override, because we have seen that this works, right? So if this works, right now, this is the actual. This is the overridden particle effect to use, right? So now the problem is that if I go attack, right? So this will get, so this function needs to everything needs to change then. Everything need to change. Oh my god. Yeah. So this will be we return a string or we return an integer. I don't know. We can also return an int, which is probably easier. We return an int. We return an int and so let's do it on the. So if I do weapon get weapon type, right? Get weapon type should return what? A PS weapon type. Get weapon type returns a PS weapon type. PS weapon type is what? PS weapon type is what? Nope. Definitely not. PS weapon type is this? What do you mean? Weapon type. In theory, should be that, huh? Item animation ID. I'm not sure if I should use this guy or no. We said we were gonna use this, right? But actually, I need to use the modifiers. But before using the modifiers, let's use this for a second, okay? I don't think it's get weapon type. I think it's get armor versus weapon. Armors versus weapon resistance. Because this one is not returning the ID in any way. No. This one is not returning the ID in any way. I see. Now we need to load it into the weapon. We need to load it into the weapon. Yeah. Yeah, we need to load it into the weapon when we load the item, actually. Because I need to know up front, you know, what is the item type. His weapon type is kind of weird. Wait. There was weapon stats, right? What the fuck? There's no weapon stats. There's no weapon stats. There's no weapon stats. Is in item stats, huh? Is in item stats. Yeah, I think it's in this. I think it's in this. I think it is actually in this. No? I'm a bit lost in why we don't have here the weapon versus armor resistance. Where is that loaded? Right? When we do it's done in parse item flag maybe? No, it's not. Oh my god, come on. Where is this table used? I mean, this table must be used somewhere, right? Where is it? Where the hell is this? Where is this thing? No, not in copy. PS item, armor stats, read stats. We need the one in web. Set armor. Okay, is here. Read item stats. And why read item stats is not in load? Reload item stats. And reload. Okay, I don't care. Anyway, that function is called. I don't know exactly where it's called, but it's called 100%, right? So that is when it's reading the basic item stats for the item. Yeah. And it is when it's reading the armor versus weapon type, right? So here we will know. Yes, and here is populating the weapon stats. Exactly. So that is the point. This is the point. So okay, fine. So here after, well, weapon type. Armor versus weapon type. Right, which is this shit. But I don't understand. So this will return. This will return the weapon type directly, right? So basically what I need to do then, I need to say if weapon type is one of those, right? Weapon type is one of this. So do I have what? Do I have a table or I think so. I think I need here so I think we need to have something like I think we need to have something like this, set weapon size category, where yeah, this is in item stats. Okay, fine. Fine with that. This will take our weapon type, right? We'll take our weapon type. And basically we need to do a giant switch. Like a giant switch case with all the possible armor. Because this thing is not predefined, right? This thing is... I mean, I need to do like a giant switch on this. And... right? Like a giant switch and then I will have... something like this. So all the and now we need to understand which one we want, medium, large or small, right? Because we will have small, we will have medium. Cannot type. No! Cannot type, is official. Fuck. And large or long, you know, long actually is long because it's just the length. So we need to decide, you know, which ones we want to associate to what. It doesn't have to be perfect, but let's say, right? Never understood why it's doing this. And so on, right? And so on. So this will be done one time at loading, right? At server load, so I think it's really not an issue. It's really not a problem, you know, that we have this thing. So which one we want to be? Which one we want to be long? And so we will have a weapon size category, right? There will be a new enumeration, or what? Can be a new enumeration? Yeah, it should be a new enumeration, like small, medium, and long, right? This weapon size category will be a new enumeration. And the enumeration, I think we may want it also blueprint side or not. I don't know. Can define it like I don't know. I don't know if I want it to have just like this, or we want it different. We want it to be a class. Yeah, we want it to be a class, I think. I think I'm not using a enum class anymore enough, actually. I think unfortunately, in many cases, I'm using just enum and not enum class, and that is the freaking result, right? But yeah, we need something like this. I don't know if you want a blueprint type. I would say at the moment, no. I would say at the moment we don't need a blueprint type. So we would call it weapon size category, right? And yes, we want to have our if I don't make it, yeah, if I don't make it anyway, we'll have our small, you know, medium, and so this thing is only to select, to properly select the sockets, right? The sockets on the skeleton that determine the size of the effect. Okay, so we said that we want to have three different sockets, right? And I mean three different pairs of sockets, right? That are like this one is from ear to ear, right? Is an end and start and end, right? And this one is like a medium sword. I don't know if at the end we will really use 3, but I think logically makes sense. So known means that it's not a weapon, right? Pretty much. Right? So right. I mean, as a default, if we want, we can set it as none, so we are sure that we are not fucking up with it too much, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. So this is pretty much what we need. So we need for every weapon to define, right, if right. It's not very easy to define all the, but I think I can. I mean, the gal card, I don't know, the gal card may be long. Should the gal card be long? Probably should be. Should the rapier be long? I think we need to define sides. Well, the sabre for sure is medium. I think the short sword is medium, even if it's short, because actually in the short category I'm putting the dagger, the knife, the stiletto, the single axe, the small axe, maybe the small axe. I think the short sword should probably be here. Vank I think is medium. No. Dagger and knife. Net should be nothing. Yeah. I hate how this thing is indented. I really hate it. I don't know why the switch is indenting so stupidly, but why is indenting it this way and not the way it should? I don't know. Why is he complaining about the const chart? Because he wants stacks? No. Jesus. I think he wants stacks, boys. What? I cannot switch on the F string? What? I cannot switch on an F string? What do you mean? I cannot switch on a... Oh fuck. I can know. Okay, so we will do an if and we will do an if equal and GG. Probably. Okay. Fuck. Cannot, huh? Okay. Fine. Cannot switch on a string. Bummer. And this will be done only at runtime, guys. So I mean, at loading, right? At server loading. So I think it's no harm, really. I think it's no harm. I think it's no harm. Can I switch on string? Okay, fine. Very fine. Okay, so in theory this will yeah, it's a bit of an annoying thing to do, but we will get to that. Cannot do that. I think I need to do this only if weapon type is not empty, because if weapon type is empty, I think we don't care at all. Right, so I think the first check should be that if, you know, weapon type is empty, we just return and assign. Yeah, we just return because we just assigned the category above, right? So we just return and that's it. So that we don't spend time checking all these strings for nothing. Right, boys? There are a few that we are not considering, like the net will actually not, well, it's actually not used at the moment, but anyway, we can put it under medium and GG. We can put it under medium. Oops. There are some weapons that are actually not used today. And but they are defined because they may be used in the future. So I think we have a lot of medium. X is medium. Double X is medium. Cleaver is small. Chain blade is definitely medium. Some of these weapons does not exist. They exist only in the lore. Only in the... Right? They exist only in the lore. Boys! You ready for this? Pole axe definitely is long. Small axe. Definitely small. Two-handed axe. Well, this one I think we can consider. Well, is actually in terms of length, I think will actually be still medium, right? No, we should consider it long. No, we should consider it long. Everything two-handed should be considered long, actually. Now, hammer is a good question. I think hammer I will put it in the small. And the mace in the medium. Ah. Hey, the morning star I think is in between. Is between long, but probably we can consider it long. But it's in between, definitely. Two-handed mace. We said that whatever is two-handed, we put it as long. Wait, no, as long. Warhammer is definitely long. Yeah. Zarvush, I think, is medium or small even. What the fuck? Come on. Oh my. What is that? Hello? Zarvush is this guy. Zarvush is this guy. I would say medium. I would say medium. Partisan is all long. Vol, Jalber, Spear, Polearm, Trident. This one are all long. Consider again that some of these weapons do not really exist in game, but they will exist one day. One day. One day they will exist, boys. Don't worry. One day. One day they will exist. Now you may say, why you don't put this information in the weapon, right? I mean, I could put in the database, you know, here another column, which is actually the sides, right? And avoid, you know, and avoid doing this mega if. But yeah, we could. We could as well. I don't know. Now I don't know if the fist will actually be used as a, but anyway, probably not. Yeah, and all of this makes no sense, right? So actually, Can we say long instead of large? Because I think it makes more sense. Okay, so now that we have this, so basically all the weapons are categorized, right? It's useless. It is useless. So, okay, now that all the weapons are categorized, right? And so, at any moment in time, whatever is the weapon type, we get this weapon size category, which is actually loaded at startup, right? So, it's loaded. Is loaded at startup when we do this, right? Yeah, here we don't need it because it's okay. So now we have all the sizes set into the weapon. Okay, good. So we need also a get. So we need also a get, which is actually returning this. Right? And this guy is doing nothing else than returning this. Right? And yeah. Okay. So now that we have this, we can go back to where we were, because we were in Combat Manager and we were trying to sort out, right? We were in attack. Exactly. And we were trying to get my trail particle for weapon, right? And now the get size category will tell me which kind of attack animation I need to use. Right? And the yeah. And this one will tell me okay, so let's do a test, right? So I want to say, for example, that do I want to set it here or not? In theory we could set it in loot modifiers, but I don't know if it's the right place. Do we want to set it in loot modifiers? Probably yes. And then we choose what? We choose the I'm trying to understand if I want each of the modifiers to actually have an effect and then having maybe one override the others based on what. But yes, in theory, yes. In theory, I think the best would be to put it here in loot modifier. What did we say in our logic? We said Right now we check out set the weapon size based on that. Okay, this is basically what we did now. Rock attack animation, we will have to pass the weapon size and the hand. Yeah. So that's different animation which of cycles trail. Yes, exactly. So yeah, broadcast attack animation. Yeah, but now there is a bit more though. I mean, so basically what we are saying is that this is done, right? We did it now. This is done, but there is a bit more to do because I need to decide, you know. So loot modifiers decide the trail type based on the type of magic enhancements, right? Based on the magic enhancements, right, that are on the weapon, right? So there is only a problem that you may have multiple ones. So or we decide that, yeah, I don't know. I will have to think about it, but we need to decide how multiple effects combine or override each other, right? Because I could have so loot modifier. So for example, I have this yellow, right? This yellow thingy. So I'm gonna add a new. So I will add a new field here. And this will be the trail ID, right? Yeah, I think it's the trail. I think it's the trail ID. I think it's the trail ID. And yeah, it's the trail ID. It's actually an integer, I think. Can be null. And default actually I think is null. And the comment will be used for effect to show trail particle effect. Okay, so this one goes into our upgrade schema because we need to add it here. So these weapon trails, right? And then okay, so we persist this. Default null doesn't like it. Okay. Fine. Because it's an int probably. Maybe an int cannot be null, default is 0. I mean 0, we can consider 0 as no, it's actually null. Okay. It's actually null. But we can consider 0 as an empty value. Yeah, maybe it's better if I do. Maybe it's better if I do that the default is 0 and it cannot be null. Or default is 0 with null. Int default 0. Probably better. And we consider 0 as the non-value, right? Default 0. Okay. So if we consider, yeah, unfortunately this didn't actually pick it up, but Fine. So we can say, you know, that for example, the yellowed, I think we have a yellowed. I think a yellow can be 1. And the scratched, I don't know, can be 2. Right? And then we will create 2 weapons like that. We can actually. Right, we can actually create 2 weapons like that. Okay, so one will have one trail, the other will have another trail, right? So now that we have this, we need to load this thing into the modifier, right? So the modifier at the moment does not have that knowledge. So when we are loading the, I think they are called loot modifiers. Right, and it is in the loading. Exactly. So, and we called it trail ID, right? We called it trail ID. So we need to add, this is a loot modifier, demodifier type effect, the keep script, description. Exactly, not usable with. So I think we can put it here. Right. So this will be entry trail ID equal to this, right? Trail ID. We need to get it as an int, actually. Okay, now we need to add. Now we need to add to this entry. So loot modifier will be extended. Right, will be extended, and there will be an additional field, which is our trail ID, and we can say the same that we said here. We can say used for trail. Okay. Used to show trail particle effect. Okay, so now that we have this thing and we are loading it properly here, right? And we are loading it. Now our modify, okay, so we can iterate now. Do we want the modifier to give me the trail? Yeah, I think so. So I need a get function, huh? Obviously. So my loot modifier, I don't know if I want to do it directly on loot modifier or I want to do it because I think there are better structures. Let me see. We can use get modifier. I don't know if it's get modifier the one that we want, but get modifier stats. Stats get UID. No, it's not this. I don't think it's this. No, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this. Wait, send item info, eh? So the send item info. What did I do? There it is. Modifier ID. So these are our modifiers, right? On the actual item. On the actual item. So I think we want the item to give us the trail. I think the logic should be inside the item. Right? So I think we will have get trail ID. Now I think it's it should be applicable to weapons only. So I think the first thing we need to check if it's a weapon. If it's not a weapon, we don't care. Right. I think we say for now is weapon only, then I don't know, maybe in the future, I don't know if we have a shield ram or something, but a shield bash, but for now it will be weapons only. Shields, I don't know. So if is weapon, wait, we should have an is, right? No? Get his weapon. Get his melee weapon. Get his melee weapon. Yeah, I think get his melee weapon is the one that we need. Because we don't need bows, you know, to... We don't need bows. I mean, I assume that that is correct, so I'm not going to question that. I think we assume that that is working as expected. So, if it's not a melee weapon, we just return 0, right? If it's a melee weapon, I think we are going to analyze the modifiers. The modifiers ID, and it is returning no, wait. No, the ID, okay. No, but I really need the modifier. I need the actual modifier. List of modifiers for this item. Wait a second. I need the modifier. Oh my god, modifier IDs, what was it? Modifier ID. Modifier ID is modifier ID. Modifier ID is Apply modifier, randomize overlay. Holy shit. But it's okay, we can get the ID, and from the ID we can get the modifier, right? In loot randomizer. So loot randomizer. Exactly. So actually loot randomizer get ID. No. Loot randomizer get modifier. Loot randomizer. Do we have loot randomizer as is that static? I don't think that's static actually. I don't think that's static, but we should do get modifier and then we should pass in the ID, which is actually modifiers ID of 0, right? So because there is the prefix or whatever it is. Yeah, exactly. Wait, I'm searching. I'm searching this. No, I just wanted to have the freaking index because it's annoying otherwise. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference, man. Do you think that is the right sequence? I don't know, it doesn't look to me. It doesn't look the right sequence to me. Index suffix. I don't think he's but anyway, we don't care. Because actually the only thing that we care for the modifier ID, and we need to get modifier. We need to get PS item get modified. No, but this is not. No, this is not, bro. We want a loot randomizer get modifier. Loot randomizer. How do we get this loot randomizer? It's not. It doesn't look like his default. Wait, is it a default class? Is it in one of those or not? It doesn't look like. Random event manager. No, the loot random. How do I get the loot randomizer? How do I get? Yeah, there is a loot randomizer actually. There is. Is this global? No, it's in cache manager. Okay, but it's fine. I think it's fine. So we can go cache manager. So we can go cache manager. We can go cache manager. And then loot randomizer. Why this as a get as a lowercase? Why this is lowercase? No! Mistakes were made, huh? Why did this lowercase? Why? So we get the loot randomizer, and here we get modifiers, right? And we see if yeah, exactly. So this will return this will return a loot modifier pointer, right? And this one will now have the trail ID, right? Which is because we did all this mess for this. Okay. So this will have the trail ID. So now the only problem is that multiple modifiers on a weapon may have different, right? So what do we pick? We pick just the last one? It's kind of interesting. I think we pick the... I think we have kind of a preference. So if this is not... So, yeah. So I think that we scan the prefix first. One second, item prefix. Prefix, suffix, adjective, right? So it will be 1, 2, 3. Prefix, suffix, adjective. Prefix, suffix, adjective. Prefix, suffix, adjectives. Prefix, prefix, suffix. Prefix, suffix, adjective. Okay, it's correct. Is actually correct. That's the index in the... Okay, fine. Now, I don't know which one is more relevant. I think that... Like if we have multiple ones, right? Because it's very, very possible. I don't know if there is... I don't know. I maybe derived on the probability, maybe. Should we choose the one with the lowest probability? That would be cool, I guess. The problem is that determining the probability... Probability and probability range. Probability, there is the percentage. Yeah, I think we can do it in the probability. So basically the rarest modifier wins. The rarest modifier wins. Does it make sense or no, guys? How do we sort out between different multiple modifiers? I don't know. I think probability makes sense to me. But then what? But then we do what? We do. So we select the. No, we don't even need that. We just need to say this, right? If the probability is, then we select the trail ID, no? I don't need to save. I don't need to say. I don't need to set. No, I need to set it. Yeah, because I need to check it here again. Right. So it will be the same for the suffix and will be the same for the adjective, right? So it is 1 and it is 2. Now, loot mod needs to exist, because if it doesn't exist, this thing will crash like crazy. This thing will crash like crazy, huh? Okay, so in theory, this algorithm is giving us the... So, okay. Okay, so this is basically checking all the loot modifiers of the weapon. If there are modifiers, we return the lowest probability modifier as the trail ID, okay? Well, if there is one though. Because if the trail ID is 0, yeah, exactly. We should also say and the trail ID, right? Because if there is no trail ID, I don't want to mess up, right? Yeah, exactly. So all the 0 will be excluded. All the 0 trails. So this is only for the trail that are actually properly set. And only if it's a melee weapon, right? Okay, nice. So now we have this trail ID, which is actually returning us logically, right? So now... So now this get trail particle for weapon will just ask the weapon, we'll just return... We just return this new function that we created, right? We just return this new function, yes. And then... what is our combat manager? It's not there. So this becomes an int, right? This becomes an int, okay. So get trail particle for weapon. Okay, so this is used... this is used here, right? Perfect. And so now our attack, broadcast attack animation is... come on, you can do it, bro. You can do it. Is under PS character, you can do it. So, 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 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 se So now this, right? This is returning an int, right? Which is a trail effect ID. Trail effect ID. And here, this also becomes an int, trail effect ID. And now receive attack animation will get the ID instead of the particle effect, which I think, by the way, makes way more sense. It makes way more sense. Okay. Okay, so this would be... This will be the thing, right? So now this has changed. It means that in our editor... okay, so now... Holy fuck, what is going on? I don't want to save any of this. I don't want to save any of that. So now we can recompile and see what happens. But basically now we changed the code to use the trail ID, which is determined based on the modifiers that are actually on the weapon that I'm using, right? And so I'm expecting if I have a weapon with no modifiers to get no effect. And if I have a weapon with a modifier that we defined there, right? Now we need to create a new, I think we need to create a new entry here. Oh my god, no, please. We need to create a new entry in our wiki to describe this configuration, because actually it's a configuration that is a static element because it's decided up front, right? So I will have somehow to describe, you know, these weapon trails and how they work based on what I did. But basically the most important part is that we added a trail ID to loot modifiers, right? So we have to say loot modifier stable. So we have loot modifiers, loot ID. No, loot modifier, trail ID. And then we have, yeah, but pretty much that is the main thing. Yeah, just change the case of that because it was a bit weird. It was lowercase, I don't know why. We're making progress, guys. We're making progress. Slowly, but we're making progress. Well, not slowly, I would say. It's okay. It's okay. We're making progress. Okay, so now that we have everything recompiled, we can go... We can go blueprint. I think I should move that function out of blueprints, by the way, because that function is called so much. When do you think, guys, we should move to Unreal Engine 5.3? In reality, we are not too behind. We are at 5.1, right? But one thing that I'm a bit scared is that Unreal is really not pushing too much on static light maps anymore, and they are slowly abandoning them, and that's kind of a problem. Okay, so here we don't have trail effect anymore, right? We have trail effect ID, so I will change it to an integer if I can. Thank you. So this trail effect ID is going here, and this is going here, and I don't think this printout is really needed actually. No, I will delete it. This printout is not really needed. So we go here, we get our trail effect ID. Our trail effect ID is printed on the client, right? And then we have to change this function, because this function now takes a trail effect ID, which is an integer, right? And the good news of that is that now this becomes our entry point to our entry point, right? Our entry point to this. So I can delete all this shit that I did, which was just a test, right? This was just a test, so I don't really need any of this anymore. We don't need any of that. We don't need any of that. We just need to take this, and yeah, the trail name is not needed anymore, so I can delete the local variable. I can't delete it, and I can also delete the flip-flop, which was just, you know, kind of a test. Hopefully that the editor will not crash. Okay, I don't know, it's thinking a lot. Fine, so let me save it immediately. And okay, so this will basically return 1 or 2 or whatever based on the best match, right? And this will go into our DT spell table, and we'll find the proper trail ID, and we'll pass it to the play PS animation montage that will actually play the effect. Yeah, think so. So now we can test all of this. We can test all of this, boys. We just need to craft a weapon, which is actually... We need to craft a weapon which has, you know, those two trails. So yellowed and brown, right? Yellowed and brown. And if you want, we can make more tests now with additional prefix and suffix and whatever, so that we see if the priority by percentage probability of is actually respected. I think it's kind of cool that it depends on the yeah, on the rarest one. Okay, so I need to use a weapon that actually has a specific suffix. So I go here and I say I want my prefix, right, of this weapon to be 7, and in the other it is an adjective actually, 7 and 8. Okay, so I go adjective 7 and I save that weapon, right, and this became a yellow battle axe. And then I want to take this falcon, which at the moment should have no exactly, and I go 8 and I save it, and this becomes a brown steel falcon. And then I want to have another weapon that has nothing, right? I want to have a normal battle axe. Let's take a normal battle axe. So I will do item battle axe, and which is this one, which is normal. So if I go with a normal weapon, right, I go with a normal weapon, in theory I should have no trail. Oops, something happened. The animation is not playing anymore. So this means that we have a disconnection. We have a disconnection somewhere. We have a disconnection somewhere. We have a disconnection. What? What is going on? I didn't connect something or playing anime. Let me see if the animation is not playing anymore, so something happened. I broke something. Real client. Playing animation combat. Playing animation attack. Okay, up to here, all is good. So this is going here. That is going here. Ah, if I don't find the row, okay. If I don't find the row, right, the trail effect will be null, yes, I guess. So I still need to go here, even if the row is not found, right? But this trail effect will be empty, right? Otherwise I don't play the animation. So it means that this will work only if I have this equipped. Or this equipped. Oh my god. Okay, I need more strength. I hope 300 is enough. So if I have this equipped, right, and I attack, why? Trail ID. What? Trail ID should be 1, no? There is no trail ID. There is no trail ID. Yeah, something is definitely not working as expected. So we don't get... oh, wait a second, huh? Okay, this was a mistake, fine. But when we should be able to find the... Ah, because I didn't change it from DT spells to DT trails. Okay, fine. Yeah, this was another mistake. Okay, fine. So if you go DT trails now, you will probably find it. Okay, let's redo it. Let's redo it. There were 2 errors. The only thing I don't know is when we receive. Okay, better. No, the only thing I wanted to see is the receive attack, right? The receive attack animation. Didn't we print out trail client? Yes, we printed out trail client. So why trail client is not? While trail client is not trail client 0. Why is the only trail client here? That is very strange, huh? Trail client is always 0. Trail client is always 0. Why? Trail client is always 0. So this means that this does not work. This means that this function is not doing its job. This function is not doing its job. This function is not doing its job. We will debug it and see what happens. Maybe it's not a melee weapon. Yeah, it should be a melee weapon. Maybe melee weapon is not. Is melee weapon. Is melee weapon. Maybe we have a mistake in the dummy database where the axe is not a melee weapon. I don't know, it sounds weird, but these are all melee weapons. These are all melee weapons, so yeah, they are melee weapons for sure. Yeah. They are. Okay, so there must be a small bug somewhere, but I think that the logic is correct, right? I think the logic is good. The logic is good. The only thing that I don't like too much is that we are using a data table on the client side, and I don't really know how fast is the access to the data table. That I don't know. I don't know if data tables are smart enough to be like a hash, you know, like a tmap, and that I don't know. Uh-oh. Our server not going up? Seems to be up. Yeah, login please. Or no? Why I have 2 clients? Wait. I'm debugging client here. That's why. I'm debugging client instead of server. That's why. That's why I was not starting. Boys! I doubt they will completely abandon static light maps. Lumin is nowhere near mainstream. Okay. I don't know if in 5.3 is still a thing, right? But I remember when I moved from 4 to 5, I couldn't use war composition because it was basically not, it was not working with static lights anymore. So if you use war composition, sorry, word partition, actually word partition, yeah, the new one, static lights are not supported. So when they drop the compatibility with the old word composition, which I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon because we are based on it, we will not be able to use static lights anymore. So that's what scares me a bit. I hope my melee hand weapon have magical skill like a famous Japanese kung fu master. Yeah, in theory you should have it also on the fist, but I think we can maybe do it only for special moves. So the idea would be that if you are using a special move and is a melee, I mean a fist only move, then yes, maybe you get a trail. Yes. I mean, this thing can be expanded to whatever we want, right? It can be kicks, punches, jumps, I don't know, whatever. Now, I don't want to make it too evident because I think that only if it's magic actually it makes any sense, right? In our world, at least. So let me see if this trail ID is returning something or not. It's a melee weapon. Okay, this one is returning nothing. This one is returning nothing. Good job, actually. Play PS and in montage. PS character 7178. Because I think I know. I think I know why. Because now it's the effect is null. 7178. Yeah, this trade effect is actually empty. So I need to add and you know, and the trade effect is not null, right? Because if it's null is I don't know which weapon I was using though. Okay, fine. GG. Let's recompile it. That was a mistake. That was actually a mistake, my boys. That was actually a mistake, my boys. But yes, the logic seems to be kind of in place. I mean, it's not really, but it's kind of in place. And we will see soon if it works as expected. Okay, succeeded. Launch it again. Nearly up. Nearly. Yeah, you can do kung fu moves, you know. And he will have a trail, because actually the trail is on the hand, is not on the weapon. So even if you have no weapon, the trail in theory is there anyway, right? It's kind of interesting. So which weapon we are using? We are using the yellow battle axe. So in theory, So why? No, that is not good, huh? We are using the yellow battle axe, and we are not getting any modifier. That's weird because the yellow, 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 yellow. The yellow, in theory is 1, right? That is not working. Yeah, there seems to be something in this PS item that is actually not. Get modifier ID 0. Modifier ID. Yeah, you see that here is 7, eh? So the third one, which is the, yeah, exactly, the adjective, this one should return something. In fact, it return. Why is skipping it? Wait. If the current probability is greater than. No. If the current probability is less, not greater, boys. If the current probability is greater, no, it's wait. What? Probability 15. Probability 15. Let me just check one thing. No. No. This is not the value that we want. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Is item random looted? No, actually we don't have the rarity of the... fuck. We have only the rarity of the item. We don't have the rarity of the modifier. What do we do now? Because this get rarity is the fuck. Get modifier percent probability. Get modifier percent probability. Prefix max. Probability range divided. Yeah, so this function is able to give it to us. Doesn't understand why we need to specify the modifier type, because actually the modifier type is here, no? Why we need to specify the modifier type? The modifier type is inside the modifier, I think. No, it doesn't know. The loot modifier doesn't know if it's a prefix or a suffix or whatever. Wow, he has it as a string. He has it as a string. It's so bad. He has it as a string, boys. Yeah, he has it as a string. Holy moly. um. ID 7, mod ID, mod ID. What is mod ID? The modifier position ID. Yeah, exactly. So mod ID is actually the modifier type. It is. Mod ID is the modifier type. So why we need to have it? Well, maybe it's not really always the case. Okay, so our logic on the probability doesn't work because this actually is not returning as the probability, but is returning as just a number. That is the... So how do we... Fuck. How do we... Well, we could calculate it, you know. We could store it together with a modifier if we want. I could store it in the modifier. I could have that calculation done once and forever, because this is not gonna change anyway, right? And this is... This is yeah, but he knows it. He knows it only at the end of the loading of all the modifiers. Oh my god. Okay, so this logic of the probability is not really a great way. Oh my god. This logic of the probability. I mean, I can do probability range minus modifier. I mean, I can. I can do loot modifier probability. No, probability range divided by loot randomizer divided by what? Divided by cache manager loot randomizer. Fuck it. Come on. I just don't want to call this 20 times. I find it annoying. So we can do divided by loot randomizer, right? Max. The max are hidden. The max are hidden, boys. The max, suffix max. Suffix max. These ones are hidden. Are all protected. Why? Okay, anyway, we can do a get. I can add the getters. I mean, it's a bit annoying, man. It is all public. Public. Wait. Yeah, but this way it will work. This way it will work. So we will do a get prefix max, right? And this will just return prefix max. No, why I deleted it? And so on. And so on forever. And so on forever. Forever. Okay. So now we have this, which is just allowing us to access the freaking thingy. So if we divide the probability range by, obviously I have to do it correctly, right? So it should be divided by the prefix max. This is actually the probability, right? It is the actual probability. But I need to calculate it before. So actually this is not working. Actually this is not working. Oh my god. We need to calculate the modifier probability, and then we need to check if the current probability is greater than the modifier probability, right? And as a default, the current probability should start from, I don't know, 999, so it's always, you know, so if the current probability is greater, then we set, yeah, so we do it here, right? Then we set the current probability equal to the mod probability. So we go down, right? We go down, 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 down. So I have to do the same. Oh my god. I have to do the same everywhere, with the difference that this prefix max should be suffix max, and this should be adjective max, right? So luckily now this is returning something. Luckily this is returning something meaningful now. It's a bit of a, yeah, but it's okay. 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 I mean, I could have put them in an array and do a loop and avoid the copy paste of this, but no, there's a mistake. This needs to go, huh? This needs to go because I removed it above. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. They should be anyway super quick, right? So it just is scanning an array directly with, so this check should be pretty much instant, right? I think this will take 0 time. It's true that it's done every time, right? Every time I do an attack, this function is called, but I think it's okay. I think it's really okay. Now, we still have a number of problems. Like, we want to have animations for left hand attacks and right hand attacks. At the moment, we don't have it. At the moment, our players are attacking always with the right hand, even if they are clicking on the left hand and they have a weapon in the left hand, right? And that's super annoying, I know. But I need to find the animations. My problem is just the animations. I don't have the animations for the left and right hand. Okay, so let's try again. I think this should be probably the good test. Do you want to drum roll? I think we can drum roll. Drum roll. Here we can. This might be the test that works. Probably. Probably. Okay. The drum roll is not working. Okay. GG. Okay, so I swing with the yellow, right? I swing with the yellow battle axe. You know, it's broken for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, good. It worked. It actually worked. You didn't see it, but we got the red one. You see it very quickly, but I can show you again. So we got the red, the blue-red kind of trail, right? Yes, the blue-red trail. We got the blue-red trail. Now, if I switch it to, what is all this shit? If I switch it to the brown, right? I switch it to the brown. I need an enemy, and I cannot attack this big guy for obvious reasons. Please, can you respawn? Okay. So now I'm attacking with the other one. Oops. What is this? No idea. You see? It's the other one. So based on the weapon, it's actually working. Fantastic. Now we need to see if with the normal one, so this one is nothing, right? This one is no effect. We need to see if with no effect. Fuck. Okay, so for whatever reason, the no effect is showing an effect anyway. The no effect is showing an effect anyway. The no effect. The no effect is showing an effect anyway. Why? Why? So this should return nothing, right? This should return 0, exactly. It's returning 0. So if this is returning 0, and then we broadcast with 0, we broadcast with 0. We broadcast with 0. So yes, we get 0 here. Because we don't remove it. And there is the default. Because we don't remove it and there is the default. Yeah, there is the default. So that's the default showing. That is the default showing. In theory, we want what? We want we want, wait a second, because I'm a bit lost to where the hell is that, but is inside right, yeah, is here. So if particle system is null, right? If this is null, because this will be null, I think. If this is null, then what? Okay. Now, I hope that this doesn't, but I think it's okay. Okay, let's try this way. But the switch between the weapon works, huh? The switch between the weapon is working well, which is very nice. Now the problem is that now we are setting an empty particle. I mean a null pointer on the. So I don't know if then the next attacks, the first next attack will be empty, right? Like we have seen, because it seems that when. I don't know. Why the drum roll is not working? Streamlabs. Why the Streamlabs is not working? Why the cloud bot? The cloud bot is off? Yeah, because it's off. Look at this. I don't understand why sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. I mean, it's like, he's doing what the fuck he wants. Okay, now the cloud bot is on. So it will take a few minutes. I don't know how much it takes to connect, but now it's on, so it should in theory. It should in theory work, huh? The drum roll should work, but it's not working. Well, maybe give it a minute. I don't know. Give it a. Yeah, points work, so drum roll will work, huh? Now you can drum roll. Here it is. There it is. Drum rolling, drum rolling, drum rolling. I'm expecting or a crash or the fact that then the next will not work, or it will just work. Okay, so we have an X without any effect, right? I have to remove this. Fuck, he did it anyway. Jesus. He did it anyway. He did it anyway. Why? No. Yeah, it's getting the default. I'm sorry that I killed you. It's getting the default, boys. It's getting the default. Should we have an empty? Should we have an empty particle effect? I mean, we can. I can have an empty particle effect as a default, but does it get the default or does it get the last that was working? Freaking annoying anyway. What do you mean? So if I go with this one, right? This one has the... Right? It was the brown then? It was the brown. It was the brown. So the brown is having the... Yes. The brown is having this, right? So if I play this, and then I put on the one that has no effects, right? This one has no effects. Yeah, he's using the latest. He's using the last one, so it's not possible to remove it. Oh my god, it's not possible to remove it. What do you mean? No! No! We can before. I have just do a misclick, right? Now we could switch them. I don't know why. This one switches. I don't know, now it works. We cannot set it as empty. What do you mean I cannot set it as empty? Are you crazy? Should I set it to an empty particle system? I mean, I can. I can do... You know what I can do? I can do... Because this is actually a particle system, right? I could create an empty particle, but you know what is the annoyance though? That if I create a new particle system here every time, I don't think it's a great idea actually. How do I set this as empty? How do I set that as empty? I mean, I can have an empty particle, right? I can have an empty particle, which probably is a good idea, so at least we said it, yeah, let's do that. I think it's the simplest. We have a particle that does nothing. We will have a particle that basically does nothing. And I think that will be okay. And we can set it as value 0 maybe, so that if you get a 0, you get assigned, you know, you get assigned the empty particle. This basically means that the particle will trigger every time, but I think it's fine. The particle will anyway do nothing, so it will activate but do nothing. So I think it's fine. I think it's perfectly fine. No? What do you think? Because it's the same problem that we had, that we cannot set an empty value, otherwise the trail doesn't really work. Right? This is what we have seen, so I think we have seen that here, right? If we set it empty, right, it's not working, right? It's giving an error. So probably the only way is to create, you know, an empty, a kind of a no party, a kind of a no trail, something like that, you know. How do I even do that? Let me duplicate. We duplicated elemental already, right? No, we didn't. Yeah, I deleted it, whatever. Let me delete this. Let me create, maybe there is already one empty. No, that would be stupid. There is no empty. Okay, so we copy this. We copy this. Bro, can I copy this? Yeah, we copy this and we put it here under trail pack, right? This will be our trails directory. And we call it p trail empty or something like that. P trail empty, right? And p trail empty will be empty. So I don't know if I can really delete this completely. I can try to delete it completely, so this will be an empty particle system. I mean, it's not even a trail, I mean, it's just a nothingness. And this one, now we will set as the default of our combat montage, right? So it will be the default of this, and in our DT trail blah blah blah, we will add a new value which is actually 0. Hopefully I can have a 0, but yes, I'm sure I can. We will have a 0, and this will point to trail empty, right? They will point to trail empty. So this means that this will receive 0, this will retrieve 0, this will send the empty one, right? And so in theory, this will never happen, right? This will never happen. This will never happen. I think I can put something like PS&E montage, notify state, null, and should never happen, right? Should never happen. This I think should never happen. Okay, let's try. Let's try like this. Let's try with an empty guy. Empty guy. Ah, game masters, whatever. Game Masters. Whatever. Bababia. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. Then we need to design the different trails, right? We need to design how we want the trails to look like. And also we need to test if it works in multiplayer, but I think it does because there should be no reason why not, right? Because the receive attack animation is already global. It's already working for all the players in the game. So yeah, it should be fine. Should be fine. Come on. Loading, 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 loading. Come on. Drum roll. Okay, let's see. So now I have what? Now I have the standard one. So there should be no thing and no crash. Okay, it's doing nothing, which is good. So now we put the yellow one. Fuck. Why is skipping one? It's so annoying that he's skipping one when it's empty. So if I switch between these two, it's always working, right? But as soon as I put the empty one, the empty is basically breaking things, and now it works only the second time. You see, this one is empty, and this one is good. So it's like the empty one is really breaking the thing, right? The empty one is breaking the thing. Why? But anyway, okay. The empty one is breaking the thing. It is super annoying. The empty one. So let me just check one thing. If we are getting the really we are getting the empty or not. I want to see if we are getting the empty. But I cannot because it's a client side. Well, but I should get the notify state, right? On the log. Yeah. We get the notify state. So if I swing my empty, here I should get the notify state. And the effect, yes, you see, the effect is correct. It's p trail empty. So it seems that probably because the effect is really completely empty, is fucking up things, right? Is breaking things. I don't know why. I can put an invisible one, but it seems to be a bit stupid. To play an invisible effect all the time. I think it's a bug. I cannot understand. I think it's a bug. I think it's an Unreal Engine bug because it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, from the second one, you get the effect, but it's super annoying. So we are getting the right effect, which is actually called empty. But like the fact there are no emitters, and so unfortunately, guys, I need to go. That's the problem. But I mean, it's basically working. We just have this small issue with the empty ones. I think I can create an empty, not empty. Like an empty, not really empty. I can create an empty that is not really empty. I don't know. I mean, it's so strange. It's so strange that the empty is not empty. It's so weird. Actually, the empty is not so empty. He added by default this. He added by default this thing. Okay. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do... there is a default path. So if I remove... default particle. If I do zero loops, spawn 0, right? If I spawn 0, let me try this. Default particle 0 spawn, right? So it's doing nothing. This thing is doing nothing. Okay? But is valid because you see that as soon as I open that trail empty, he actually added a default emitter. So probably it's not possible to have an emitter that is actually completely empty, right? You cannot have it. But now we have an emitter that is actually having 0 emission, right? It's having 0 emission, so you should basically do nothing without okay, so now I have the empty one. Ice wing is empty. Now I put the yellowed. Ice wing. Fuck. Why? Nothing. There's no way. The empty one is just fucking things. I don't understand why. I don't understand what is the reason behind. But if I switch between these two, it's always working. As soon as I put an empty one, even if now we have the empty reference, is still breaking the next hit, right? He's breaking only the first hit, so it's not that much of a problem, but still it's kind of annoying. Yeah, you see the first hit is broken. The second hit is okay, so... which is so annoying. It's so annoying. I don't understand what is the point. I don't understand what is the point. Why this particle, right? Why this particle is not good enough? I mean, what's the deal? It's just a particle like anyone else. Why is not good? Let me copy this 1 second. Can I copy it? Can I copy this? No. Emitter, duplicate, delete, export. I can export. Can I import? No. Fuck. What does export mean, by the way? Okay, let me recreate it. Okay, let me recreate it. So let's go. Let's go here. So maybe it needs to have certain characteristics. I don't know. It needs to have certain characteristics to be good. I don't know. So let me call it empty number 2, and we change our trail. Why this thing is never? It's never open. DT trails. We change it to trail 2. Okay, so we are pointing to trail number 2. And now I would like to have that thing basically not do anything, right? I would like to have this new. Okay, trail empty, fine. Trail empty 2. This trail empty 2. How can we? Should I disable it? I mean, I can disable. The problem is that I think if it's disabled, it's pretty much like not existing. So I think it will be probably the same problem, right? Probably be the same issue. I still have a few minutes, but I have to go. But I really want to see. I would like to see this thing working, boys. I would like to see this thing working. I mean, this is just stupid. It seems that there is an initialization on the trail effect that is that is broken, right? And when it's broken, you cannot fix it. It's so strange. I don't understand what is happening. I mean, I could have a default trail, which is simple, you know, which is a simple trail that works for everything, but sounds a bit stupid. I think for basic weapons, I don't want a trail. I don't want any trail. So this is at the moment disabled, so it means that basically we do now. So there is the brown falcon. Has the same problem. So from the default, yeah, from the default to this, it didn't work. Yeah, so that default is not good enough. Oh my god. Yeah, we can see it just by. Ah no, wait, because that was pointing to. Yeah, wait. The default is pointing to trail 1. Eh? I have to do this test. So this, and then this again. Yes, it works, because my error was that I didn't set the default in the combat montage to the new trail 2, right? This one, trail 2. So there is a valid particle, but it's a disabled particle, and this one seems to be working okay. Yes. It seems to be fine. Trail 2 seems to be fine. They are disabled. Okay, let's try again. Last time, but seems to be okay, yeah? Seems to be okay. Seems to be okay. So we have basically an empty effect, right? But now I really need to go. But let's start this last one and see if it's good or not. Okay, so we start with what? We start with an effect. Fine. We see the effect. Fantastic. We go to no effect. We go to no effect. No effect. We go to the other effect. Other effect. It works! It works! It works, yay! It works, it works, it works, it works, it works, it works. Okay, good. It works, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. We finished just in time. Bye-bye. If you want to click on follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, do it. It's free. And also if you want, go to patreon.com/planeshift and support our game. Yay! We did it! We did it! I will see you tomorrow evening, okay? Tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. Bye-bye.